I know how to get a PS5, and soon so will you. So you want to buy a PS5. Well, today's your lucky day because I have a bunch of tips and tricks that are going to put you ahead of everyone else. And I mean literally everyone else because everyone's trying to get one of these things. We're really approaching the point pretty quick where if you didn't pre-order one back in September as soon as they went live, you're probably feeling pretty disheartened right now. But new stock goes up every day and there are some really easy things you can do to make sure you're going to get one instead of someone else. The first thing you're going to want to do is head over to Twitter and follow the account at Wario64. This account's been around for a really long time, since like I was in high school, and no one really knows who runs it, but the way the account is set up is anytime a PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, any game you can think of goes on sale, his algorithm or whatever he's got going on will tweet out a link. And that's the fastest way you're going to get any of these deals. But the cool thing is he also tweets out console links. But following it is only the first step. As soon as you hit that follow button, make sure you also turn on tweet notifications so that every time he tweets out a link for a brand new PS5, you'll get a notification on your phone and then you're just a few taps away from being able to pre-order it. I've gotten literally every next gen console through him. I got my PS4 through him, got my Xbox One through him. Actually, I got my Xbox One S back when that came out for $70 thanks to a weird price glitch Target had that he tweeted out. So this account is like gold to me and I feel kind of stupid now for telling you about it because it's actually worked way more than I thought when I wrote this video. The next thing you're going to want to do seems simple, but then when you go to check out, you're going to realize you didn't do it. Go through any site you're potentially going to buy a PS5 on and make sure your password information is saved. I know that's kind of dangerous because if your Google account gets hacked or whatever, then you can lose all your passwords. But if you really want a PS5, you're going to want to make sure that when you head over to Walmart.com or Target.com or Amazon, all of your info is already right there. And in best case scenario, if they have a little checkbox to stay signed in, that's one step you're removing that, you know, like what, like 10-20% of the other people trying to buy a PS5 might not have completed. That'll put you ahead of them. So it's a little tip, but every little bit helps with this. Another thing you can do to build on top of that tip, which could get a little expensive, is just go through the entire checkout process on pretty much any site you're planning on buying a PS5 from. Find something cheap like a pack of Pokemon cards and go all the way through because then next time you'll know that your stuff is already saved. As an extra double layer of backup protection on this, make sure your credit card is saved into Chrome. So then the next time you go on this site and for some reason they deleted your info from the last time you bought something, you can just type the first digit of that long ass number and Chrome will autofill it in for you. Usually all you have to type in on Chrome is that 3-digit code on the back, so make sure you have that committed to memory and that'll put you ahead of everyone else by at least a few seconds. Another tip I have is to not use PayPal in any way on pretty much any site, because if you use PayPal on checkout, they're gonna open up a new window where you have to click a few different things and that just adds time. I know it seems like adding on 5 or 10 seconds isn't a big deal, but if you have the PS5 in your cart, that does not guarantee you're gonna get it. Someone else can buy the one that's in your cart if they hit checkout before you. So if you're opening up another window, going to PayPal, changing your bank account, hitting confirm, and then going back to that original page, and then you have to confirm the order again, that's more time than you have to waste. Also, if you're an iPhone user, you should definitely have Apple Pay set up because all you really need for that is Face ID or Touch ID depending on the device. And if you're on a website and it has the option to use Apple Pay, that is as close to one click as you can get. You just double tap the power button on your phone, it'll scan your face, and then you'll see that nice little circle that completes in a few seconds and you'll have a PS5 pretty much faster than people who aren't using Apple Pay. Another simple mistake I see a lot of people making online is having a debit or credit card with a different billing address than their shipping address. A lot of my friends have a credit card from their parents or a work card they can use because the limits are a lot higher and then they're kind of just paying back their parents or their boss, and then they don't think that, oh, the billing address on this card is my work address or my parents' house address, and then when they go to check out, the card automatically gets declined. There isn't a site out there that will just let that slide. So make sure you either A, have the address that the card is connected to autofill saved, or B, the preferable option, make sure it's the exact same as the shipping address, because then you can just check that little box that says billing and shipping addresses are the same. Another option you have this generation that you didn't have in the last one is to get your PlayStation directly from PlayStation. There's a website that Sony made called PlayStation Direct, and they'll send out a link that says, hey, we're going to have PS5s at this time, and then you can sign in with your PSN account and get into a virtual line. So there'll be a timer, and when that timer expires, it's basically like your place in line will determine when you get to buy a PS5, and if the PS5s run out before your place comes up, then you're not gonna get one. Rich just told me a great tip though. You can log into this queue multiple times with the same PSN account. So if you open up every browser you have, like Opera, Safari, Chrome, Edge, every other browser I can't think of, and have a bunch of windows open, you'll get a randomized place in line, and then you just basically check out on the one that comes up first, and that'll guarantee, oh, that won't guarantee anything. But I'm right?
Yeah, it gives you a better shot.
It's not gonna guarantee your place in line. I don't know why I said that. It's just gonna give you a much better shot. Another way you can stay ahead of the competition though is by using your phone instead of your computer. I don't think it's gonna save you all that much time, but going back to having everything autofilled, if you have the actual apps for Amazon, Walmart, Target saved on your phone, and you have those notifications on for Wario64, when you click the link that he tweets out when the PS5 is available, most of the times it'll just open up the associated app and your information will be ready to go. So you can just add the thing to your cart and get through it in a couple taps instead of a few clicks. It's all stuff that's going to save you just a few seconds, but all of those small second saving tips add up to saving like a minute, and that'll put you ahead of everyone else, I think. I think that's how the math works out. It's well established on this channel that I'm not good at basic math. Another tip for those of you who prefer Walmart, if you have a PS5 in your cart and you get all the way to the end of the checkout process and you don't actually get one, don't delete the PS5 from your cart. The next time Walmart has PS5s available, you'll be able to just skip straight to the end of the process if you already have the PS5 in your cart. I don't really understand how that saves. It's probably tied to your Walmart account, and then it just remembers that you had one. I don't know also if there's a time limit on that, but it's a tip that I read online and just confirmed with Rich is real. One more tip I just learned from Rich, who's behind the camera, is to try and use Costco if you have a membership. He says he got 3 through Costco, right? I mean, he didn't get 3 through Costco. Don't use Costco. I didn't just tell you that tip. The last tip I have for you guys is don't settle on this. I know it's at the point where you're probably getting desperate to the point where if you have 400 PS4 discs, you'll be like, the discless one is available, so I'll grab that. Or you're maybe thinking about spending a little bit more, like 2 times more than MSRP on StockX. I'm just gonna tell you right now, don't do that, because down the line, when these things are so available that you can just walk into Target or Walmart and just pick one up without even trying, you're gonna have that little feeling of regret that you paid way too much or didn't get the console you really wanted. You're gonna have this thing theoretically for 7 years, so if it means waiting an extra month now for being happier for the next 7 years, I would say do that, because nothing's worse than overpaying or getting something you don't want just because you can. And those are my tips for getting a PS5. If they helped you out, let us know in the comments below. Let me know what games you're playing. I'm currently working my way through Demon's Souls, and it's a lot harder than I remember it being on PS3. Anyway guys, my name is Jimmy Champagne, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.